A love of learning can last a lifetime. One St. Paul College student is stacking up consecutive semesters and building passions while earning multiple degrees. Our Derek James met up with him to see how he does it all, while also preparing for a major life event as well.
I enjoy education. I like going to school.
Michael Opheim is all in on his studies at Bethel University. While 30% of students at Bethel have more than one major,
I'm known of two that have had a triple major, but never more than that.
Michael tops every one of his classmates.
They laugh and they think, that's crazy.
By the time he leaves, Michael will have completed degrees in
computer science, math and data science, and then neuroscience and history, with a minor in chemistry.
Juggling 5 majors was never the plan. Michael's first declared major was neuroscience, and then off to medical school.
As I started getting closer to graduation, I realized that medical school is a huge commitment, and around that time too, I met Katie.
I graduated in 2021 with a computer science degree and a math minor. And now I'm doing my master's degree at Harvard.
How's my internet?
Katie has been by Michael's side as he's navigated an ever-growing transcript.
I think every year we've been dating, he's added another major. So it kind of every time the spreadsheet gets a little bit bigger.
It was her post-college work that sparked his interest in computer science.
I was just starting being a software engineer, so he kind of got to see the lifestyle and the flexibility.
Michael and Katie are both planners, something that's also come in handy as they plan their wedding next summer.
It definitely helps that we're young and we have the time at the moment to do these things.
Michael's computer science professor, Dr. Carl Albing.
Michael has been a joy to teach because he is so interested in the subject and he does want to do stuff with it.
How's it going?
All right.
Albing is excited to see what he will achieve with his energy, intellect, and so many interconnected tools at his disposal.
When you study science, you see that a lot of big breakthroughs happen when somebody crosses fields, and they can take a lesson learned in this field and apply it to that field.
Michael is hoping that other students will consider taking on multiple majors.
Education's something that'll never hinder you. It's definitely something that can never be taken away from you either. So it's always worthwhile, I'd say, if you can fit it.
Is fitting it all in a case of grind now to shine later?
I think it'll be a grind forever. I think.
For some high school students in Eagan, there's a new course taking them outside of the classroom and onto the field. It was sparked from the shortage of referees and umpires in amateur sports over the past several years. Mike Mack shows us how Eagan High School decided to help the cause.
It is a Thursday night, not a Friday, and Eagan is playing Lakeville South in football. Why so many Thursday night games these days?
There was a need. We had to start moving games. Friday night football games now became Thursday night games, and when you asked, it was about the shortage of referees.
No, sophomores on the yellow, juniors on the gray, senior on the white.
Enter a new class to the curriculum at Eagan. They're offering officiating courses for 5 different sports, trying to create interest and a feeder system.
You name it, there's a shortage of referees, and you kind of pay attention of the referees who are out there when we're at these games. The officials are very good, but their age is getting a little bit older as we go.
One of his students is a starting cornerback on the football team and happens to be Dorsey's son.
As an athlete, I felt like if you're able to ref games, and you kind of learn the rules in a better way, so it also would help you play the sport better, but it gives you the appreciation.
So what have you learned?
It's a lot harder than you'd think.
Fair ball, fair ball, fair ball.
So they are calling on athletes to call balls and strikes, and students that enjoy sports to look at it differently.
As a freshman in high school, I had to quit a few of the sports, but I was still really interested in the sports, and being a fan at a lot of basketball games and football games, I got really interested in seeing the game from an official's perspective.
Or first, second, and third with 1 or 0 outs.
In this, they can see a future.
And let's get them started at the lower levels, and hopefully some will progress into the upper levels. Some will maybe even make it a career. Kids can go to college and make it a living during college, refereeing games.
Because in it, they are learning what referees feel every time out.
How to deal with, parents, how to deal with players, how to deal with coaches, fans that have an emotional investment, right? They have an emotional desire for that call, whether it's right or wrong.
The only thing missing is a demographic he'd like to incorporate.
I've got 100% boys in the fall.
Yep.
It'd be nice reach out to some of the girls to get involved with this class as well.
And his son is learning and trying to implement it into his own team.
So you can tell your teammates sometimes, hey, just calm down, chill out. It ain't as easy as it looks when you're in the heat of the battle. Huh?
Exactly.
Did they listen?
Exactly. Probably not. They probably wouldn't, but.
That's our show. We hope that it lifted you up, maybe even inspired you to do some good this week. You can see more of these heartwarming stories on WCCO TV on Sunday mornings from 7 to 8. It's kind of like our local version of CBS Sunday Morning. And if you have an uplifting story idea, we want to hear from you. We get some great ideas. All you have to do is go to WCCO.com/uplift. Fill out that form, I'll get an email, and hopefully we'll be able to tell that story here on The Uplift. Thank you so much for being with us, friends. We'll see you next week.